Hi, welcome back to the session. Okay, until other joins, we'll continue our discussion. I have asked why we need to conduct a training. What is the purpose of training?
Skills enhance చేయడం సార్.
Sorry?
వర్కర్ స్కిల్ డెవలప్మెంట్ సార్. ఫ్రెషర్స్ వస్తారు, నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండొచ్చు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. వర్క్
Okay.
యూస్ చేసే ముందు వాళ్ళకి స్పెసిఫిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ అనేది ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తాము ట్రైనింగ్ ద్వారా.
Okay.
స్కిల్ అనేది డెవలప్ చేయడం సార్. కంటిన్యూస్ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల ఏంటంటే స్కిల్ అనేది డెవలప్ అవుతుంది.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Any other answers? Why we need to do the training? And what is the purpose of training? Or I'll say, what is the purpose of safety training? And maybe it is right way of putting the question. What is the purpose of safety training?
To complete the work in a safe way without any injuries or without any incidents.
Okay.
To create awareness about the hazards and their possible control measures.
Perfect answer. The main purpose of the safety training is to identify the hazards which is there in the work, whatever the work they are performing. That is the main purpose of safety training. First, they would understand the hazards. If they knows that what is the hazard, if they can able to take a control measure, they will take. Otherwise, they will take the supervisor support. Still the supervisor unable to correct it, then he may escalate it to the manager and also the safety department. The main agenda behind the safety training is identification of the potential hazards in a workplace. That is the main agenda of a safety training. Okay. Okay, since maximum number of participants started, joined,
Sir,
we'll continue. Chandrasekhar Garu, చెప్పండి.
I have one question. Sir, can you,
Please.
today we learned the management direction and all these topics, leadership and all. Can you correlate this topic with the subject matter? Today's subject matter is IAS 101 theories of accident causation. So can you correlate
Sorry?
with this? అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజు మనం ఏవైతే చదువుకున్నామో సార్, లీడర్షిప్, తర్వాత మేనేజ్మెంట్ డైరెక్షన్, ఇవన్నీ ఈ రోజు సబ్జెక్ట్ తో పాటు దాన్ని రిలేట్ చేసి చెప్తే, అంటే ఈ రోజు సబ్జెక్ట్
tomorrow we'll discuss that management principles, action causation, management principles. Tomorrow we'll discuss. This direction is different. This is a complete different topic. That is different topic. We cannot correlate with both. If you want, I can give a practical example. What does it mean by directing?
Okay, sir. But today's topic is theories of accident causation. Okay.
No. That topic we have postponed to the following day. That is not the topic. Today we are discussing directing for safety.
Okay.
Yeah. That is another topic we will discuss in the following session.
సరే సార్, అర్థమైంది. అదే నాకు అప్పటి నుండి అర్థం కాలేదు. ఈ రోజు మనం చదువుకున్న టాపిక్ తర్వాత సబ్జెక్ట్ మ్యాటర్ లో వేరే. ఓకే సార్.
కాదు. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. We are looking the attributes of leader. Here we have seen about energy, teaching ability or skill or emotional stability, and the fourth one is empathy. It means the ability to understand the other's viewpoint, and he should have respect for others and their beliefs. In the sense, we should give some respect. We should believe others. And also we have to understand others' viewpoint. For example, if you go for any safety committee meeting, we used to go with an agenda. The number of people will be there. All departments people will be there. Workers will be there. Workers will give their viewpoint, in the sense their idea about the point or about the agenda we are discussing. And maybe other department people or production people or quality people or R&D people, they will give their viewpoint. We should not break or we should not stop them while they are giving inputs. We have to understand. As a safety professional, the one of the good quality is we should be a good listener. We should be a good teacher, we should be a leader, or we should be a good communicator, or we should be a friend, we should be an what do you call good leader, and also we should be a good listener. These many qualities we should have. Once you are able to listen the viewpoint of others, then you can decide which one is going to be suitable. Maybe sometimes we are not we are not a robot, or we are not a god. Take all or give all suggestions are in a good way, or all suggestions are suitable, or all suggestions are exact suiting the situation. Sometimes we may also wrong. So that compare with the production people, we may have less knowledge in part of their technical. So we have to take others viewpoint as well. It is also one of the quality of a leader. And objectivity, he should be objective to others and should find out the reasons for a request or refusal by his subordinates, which means he should be a role model for others. And also, he should find out the reason for the request or a refusal by his subordinates. And also, he should find out the reasons. If you put any request, why I have refused, or any refusals have happened, he put in a proposal, the people are not ready to follow it, or people are not willing to do it, then he has to identify the reasons for the refusal. Then enthusiasm. And enthusiasm also required, and he should be self-motivated and capable of motivating others, which means the leader itself is having enthusiasm towards his work, towards his the goals, towards his department, towards his people. How I can improve my people, how I can improve the or how I can improve the workplace, or how I can improve the safety culture inside the factory, or how I can improve the leadership skills. For example, all the people doesn't have the leadership skills. As a professional, you should have an enthusiasm how to become a good leader, how I can support my workers in part of safety, such a way that you should be self-motivated, so that how I can learn the new subjects. Everybody should have a knowledge of all the areas. So how I can learn new theories or new subject matter. So that such a way that the leader should have an enthusiasm himself and to motivate others as well. And knowledge of HR. The leader has to deal with human beings, and hence therefore he should possess knowledge of human resources. In the sense, it is not about the HR process activity. He should able to manage, he should able to understand the mindset of the people, how to deal with the people, how the people will react if I say like that. And we have to get the pulse of the people so that you can able to manage the crew. Then communicative skills, this is also one of the skill a leader should must have. He should be effective in his speech, talk, and forceful impression. While he's talking, some of the words we used to stress and tell, so that the people can put attention on the stress words, so that he should be have good communication skill to people can attract and people can listen to him. And social skill, he should mix with followers freely and socially, and he should appreciate others opinion and work with close cooperation. Social skill in the sense, we should not be sitting for a lunch, or we are not at all mingling, we are not, हम लोग एक चाय भी नहीं पी सकता है अपना मैनेजर के साथ, ऐसे लोग भी रहता है. Abhi, being your manager, you are going and sitting with their stall and having tea with them, they will feel very happy. अरे यार सारे भी अपना साथ है, ये इतना बड़ा पोस्ट में फिर भी हम लोगों के साथ बैठ के खाना खाता है, हम लोगों के साथ बैठ के चाय पीता है. These are very small things, but the people will feel very happy and they will do whatever you want for you. Try to implement it. Be friendly with the people. Don't be like policing. We should be a friendly policing. We should not be like a harsh police. We have to do the policing, but it should be in a friendly manner. As I told you, while committing for an unsafe condition, there may be n number of reasons behind that unsafe action or unsafe condition. We have to see in such a way that we can correct it, avoid reoccurrence. Technical competence, and the doubtlessly he must be technically more competent so that he can successfully teach technical aspects, whatever the field you are, maybe production, maybe safety, maybe quality, maybe R&D. You should be having sound knowledge in your stream so that the people will not challenge you. Once the people knows your subject matter expert, the people will start respecting you. If you doesn't know the subject matter, simply they say that अरे यार ये सेफ्टी वाला खाली हेलमेट का बात ही करता है, कुछ बोलता ही नहीं है, कुछ हम लोगों को इन्फॉर्मेशन देता ही नहीं है, खाली पीपी पहन लो, पीपी पहन लो, पीपी पहन लो, इतना ही बात है, और इसके अलावा इसको कुछ भी मालूम ही नहीं है. So that we should be sound enough in our technical skill so that we will grasp the people attention and will get the respect from the people. If you say something, it should be interesting for them. You have to teach the new things, or you have to put the existing thing in differently so that the people will be more interesting in your approach, so that they will give respect and they will hear you. Then leadership styles. These are the different styles or techniques about the leadership: autocratic and dictatorial leadership. One second, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, autocratic, democratic, and free reign. There are two types, styles of leadership. Now we'll see what is it telling about. In autocratic leadership, the subordinates have less freedom, which increases in democratic leadership. In the autocratic, the leader, the subordinates will have anything. They will not take any decisions. They will not get any chance to speak. They are not at all involved in decision making. They are not at all involved in the like a safety committee meetings, and they have not at all taken their any opinion while purchasing for PPEs and all in part of safety. But in democratic, it will be increases. In the sense, here we will take the people feedback. We are going to introduce a new safety system, or we are going to putting a new practice in safety. How practically it is possible to implement it? We used to take all the operators' suggestions, and also we'll discuss with the technical manager, sir, whether we are going to put this procedure, whether it is practically possible to implement it. And for example, you are introducing a new personal protective equipment, whether these PPE going to give comfort level of the people, then only the people will use. Whatever the PPE you are giving, which is not at all comfortable to use, the people will not use. For namesake, okay, safety वाला आ रहा है, हेलमेट पहन लो, वो छोड़ के गए शॉप फ्लोर, निकल के फेंको. It is not like that. The people should have the inbuilt change we have to bring, the internal change we have to bring, such a way that we have to motivate them why they need to follow safety. Then only the culture will improve. Always the system driven company we require. It is not a man driven or somebody's independent driven company. We need a system driven process. The system has to say that the people have to follow this. It is not for safety वाला आएगा तो हेलमेट पहनना है, प्रोडक्शन वाला आएगा तो बकेट पकड़ना है उसको, नहीं तो मसाला मारना है. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. द सिस्टम should speak how the people have to act, such a way that we have to implement a system or a safety culture. The supervisors enjoys more authority in autocratic leadership and rights less authority in democratic leadership. In autocratic, what will happen? The supervisors will have more powers because they are not at all taking care. Whatever they say, it is king. जो राजा बोलेगा वो सही है, ऐसा रहता है. But in democratic, it will be less. Here, if you see in the picture, the autocratic leadership, authority of supervisor will be there. In democratic leadership, freedom of subordinates. Here, the subordinate will have a freedom, right? Like what we have, right to information act. Whatever the information you want, you can put a paper so that you will get the information. The same way, he is having a freedom, a space to talk, a space to get the information, a space to discuss, a space to give or to explore his problems to the management. That is the difference between this autocratic and the democratic leadership. Now we'll see in detail. In autocratic leadership, the autocratic leadership is useful when the subordinates are illiterate, unskilled, untrained, and the secrecy in decision making is required. I hope you will understand. I'll repeat. The autocratic leadership is suitable or useful when the people are illiterate, especially for the construction industry. Here, most of the people are illiterate, unskilled people will be there, untrained people will be there. Maybe they didn't have or they didn't gone through any trainings, but first time they are coming to the work. And also secrecy. While making any decisions, they should have to keep it in secret. Then this autocratic leadership will be suitable because here the subordinate doesn't have any freedom. They will work like a slave. They have to come, they have to work, get their money, and go to home. That's all. They'll not speak anything about the work. It can be applied when there is a clear chain of command. I've told you in our previous class the clear chain of command. The people should know what does mean by clear chain of command, in the sense how the command is flowing. For example, the chairman will give command to the MD, managing director. The managing director will give to the JMD. The JMD will give it to the CEO. And the CEO will give the command to the COO. Then the COO, Chief Operating Officer, will give it to the all the department managers. Then all the department managers will give it to the assistant manager, engineer, supervisor, and the worker. It should be very clear. The chain of command should be very clear. Then only we can apply this autocratic leadership or the clear-cut division of authority. Either maybe a chain of command, also the clear-cut division of authority. Who is having what kind of authority as a worker, as a supervisor, as a manager, or as a CEO. And its features are retention of power and relying on orders only and close supervision. Its features are retention of power. The main advantage is retention of power. How you are going to retain your power? Are relying on orders only under close supervision. It only relies on whatever the orders and also close supervision. In democratic or consultative leadership, the method, the manager consult his subordinates and invites their suggestions before making decision. Here it is completely different. Here there is no secrecy. Here he will ask his subordinates, अरे यार हम लोग ऐसा करने के लिए सोच रहा था, आपको सजेशन क्या है, ऐसा कर सकता है क्या, इसमें प्रैक्टिकली दिक्कत क्या होता है, इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या होता है, कब कर सकता है, कैसे कर सकता है. So that we will ask their suggestions before taking any decision. That is the democratic leadership. Now we'll see what is mean by the communication. The communication, in the sense, it is an exchange of fact, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. Now here we are doing a communication. That is a perfect example for the communication. We are sharing information two or more persons or opinions. We are asking about the questions and you are replying and you are sharing your inputs. It is called communication. Now we'll see what is the purpose of communication or role or significance of communication in an industry. It is utmost necessary for planning, decision making, organizing, directing, and controlling. For doing all these functions, the communication is required. If I am not communicating, I'm just showing only the slides, what will happen? You'll not understand. You'll feel bored, you'll feel irritated. So that for doing all these functions, for making a plan, you should be able to speak, you should be able to communicate how to do, what is the production value, where we have to sell, who are the customers, where are there, how to dispatch, type of vehicle required, what is the total production plan. Everything we have to do with a communication, because if you're not communicating, I don't know what is in your mind. If I'm not talking, you don't know exactly what I'm thinking, what I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to teach you. So that the communication is at most important for doing anything. Then if you tell only, if you're proposing a girl, then only she knows you're loving her. If you're not proposing, she doesn't know. You're simply going and giving a smile. They will think that ये तो पागल है, डेली आके हंसता है, कुछ बोलता ही नहीं है. But you have to communicate your feelings or your opinion. Then the things will work. Plans cannot be implemented without effective communication. It is a perfect example. Whatever the plan you are having, maybe a good, bad, whatever the plan you are having, it should be communicated. You cannot implement your alone. Maybe some of the plans you may implement your own, but most of the plans should be for implementation. You have to communicate in a group. Then only they will understand how to do, what to do, and when to do. And its basic purpose is to create a mutual understanding and to secure a desired response. The communication, the basic purpose is to understand the problem or to understand the process or to understand the situation or to understand the safety level of both. We are giving a training. If I am not communicating you people properly, you will be wasting of your time. You are not understanding the topic which I am discussing or the topic which I am teaching. You are not able to understand, that will be a waste of time. You should be mutually understand and secure desired response. We have to understand the discussion what we are doing. And motivation and morale can be boosted up. With communication, what will happen? We can motivate. For example, you are appreciating your subordinate. What will happen? अरे यार, आज मेरा बॉस तो मेरे को अप्रिशिएट किया है, कल और अच्छा काम करूंगा और अप्रिशिएशन लेगा. So that they will motivate. And human relations can be improved. With communication, we can improve the human relations. अच्छी तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं, रेस्पेक्ट दे रहा है, क्या होगा? You will also get respect from others. What will happen? Due to this, the relationship will increase. हवा में बात करेगा, गाली देता रहेगा, वो उसका कुछ रिलेशन नहीं बनता है. जो अच्छी तरीके से बात करेगा ना, आप वर्कर लोगों के साथ, तो मैनेजर के साथ, सुपरवाइजर के साथ, हमको अच्छा ह्यूमन रिलेशन भी बनता है. तो काम करने जगह खाली 8 घंटे के लिए, एक बार काम के जगह से बाहर आ गया, बट एवरीबडी इक्वल. So that we should have very good human relation with our colleagues. With relation also, some of the things will work. I hope it is not required to tell. With the relation also, whatever the position, the works will happen in many cases. So that we should have good relation with everybody. We should not make any more enemies in the company. Ultimately, everybody trying to catch us where the safety fellow will get, but we should have a good relationship with all the people. Training and development is not possible without communication. Yes, we are doing training, we are communicating each other, sharing information, sharing knowledge, exchanging of data using communication. And coordination can be bridged by communication. Coordination in the sense, how you are going to coordinate. There may be a group of people, we are doing an activity or we are doing a function, so that we can bridge a coordination between the people with a Communication. If you are not communicating, they don't know what is your role, what you are going to do, and what they have to do. So that coordination also builds with the communication. These are the main purpose of communication. And public relations can be maintained and strengthened. With a good communication, also will create the public relation also maintain and we can strengthen that. It increases the productivity and performance. If you are communicating it properly, the procedure, the instructions, or the knowledge you are sharing, so that what will happen? The productivity and also the performance will be increased. It assists other functions. The communication, if you are communicating properly, we can assist other functions also, so that some of them are is not going to do. For example, maybe one maintenance issue is there, a fellow is coming and is trying to solve the issue. Maybe the technical person knows that exactly what is the problem of the machine, so that he will assist with the communication, and it gives job satisfaction. If you're able to communicate properly, the people are getting benefit out of it. What is the job satisfaction for the safety officer? How we say that I am satisfied with my job? Come on, put your answers, no problem. Venugopal sir, can you put your answer here? What is the job satisfaction for a safety professional?
EHS compliance 100%.
Complaints, legal complaints, or statutory complaints, or regulatory complaints?
All are which are raised by EHS department to execution.
Okay, all the complaints. Okay. Any other answer? Thank you, Muralidharan. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm safely moving to plant without any hazards and
శివ అర్థం కాలేదు, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్పరా?
అంటే ఐ మీన్ నా ప్లాన్ నేను వచ్చేసి సేఫ్ గా మూవ్ చేస్తున్నాను, ప్లాన్ ఏం రిస్క్ లేకుండా, ఎలాంటి హాని లేకుండా, లైక్.
ఓకే ఓకే, any other answers?
We achieve our goal zero accident and incident till the completion of job as per day by day.
Okay, zero accident, is it possible, Muralidharan, practically?
Sir, every day, sir, every day. By the day by day, sir, day by day.
Okay, okay, that is fine, that is fine. Yeah. Okay.
Through our system, through our policies, if we protect somebody, if you saved somebody, then we will get the proper certificate.
Okay, very good answer. Vijay.
అదే సార్, మన వర్కర్స్ కానీ ఎంప్లాయీస్ కానీ వాళ్ళ హెల్త్, నెక్స్ట్ వాళ్ళ కంఫర్ట్ ని కూడా మనం డే బై డే ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తుంటే ఎలాంటి యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అవ్వకుండా, ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ అవ్వకుండా మనం మాక్సిమం ట్రైన్ చేయొచ్చు సార్ వాళ్ళని.
ఓకే ఓకే, నైస్. ధనంజయ్ గారు మీరు చెప్పండి.
Actually, sir, in my view, job satisfaction is when working officials, workers, and whichever is associated with the organization is following your rules by heart and respecting yourself, policies, and all the things which is particularly related to site safety EHS.
Okay.
Then you can
Okay.
say that you have a job satisfaction.
Okay, nice. Any other viewpoint?
Save the production, sir. Improve the production hours and quality of production. Give benefits to the management, which are below the EHS department.
Okay. You mean that if the safety is increasing automatically, the production also will increase, correct?
Yes, definitely, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I'll add some more points. We have covered many of the things in the. Thank you so much, all the participants, for your valuable inputs. Yeah. Here, the job satisfaction. I'm telling in my viewpoint. I'm not saying I'm correct. It is my personal opinion. When I feel, I mean, satisfaction in my job, because I have identified some of the potential hazards and I have taken corrective or preventive action. Due to that, nobody got hurt, or otherwise, there may be a chance of injuries. Or I have done all the risk assessments, identified all the risks, and I have taken all the preventive actions, and then no accidents. There is no chance to met with an accident. And I have conducted a training, and the training the people are implementing in the shop floor. Then I'll feel satisfaction. Or then, as one of our friends said, you are giving a suggestions, and the people are accepting it and they are implementing. Then will be job satisfaction. And also, the management is giving the importance to the safety. I cannot say most of the managements are giving, they are giving the importance. I'm not blaming the management also. They are giving the importance, but sometimes they may go back. They will not stick to the point. Sometimes they may go back. With the safety, they are giving high priority and they are giving you a chance to improve the culture. Then also we will be satisfactory with our job. Okay. You are saving the lives of the people. We are more than a doctor, or we are more than an engineer, or we are more than a police, or we are more than a lawyer. So that many areas a safety professional will cover, so that we should be very much competent in part of subject matter. Yeah. And the communication is a basis of leadership. And with the communication, we can improve the leadership skills, and it is a basis. It is a basic for the leadership skill, and it gives an success to the enterprise. If the people are able to communicate with each other, it's give a success to the enterprise. Then now we'll see the process of communication. This is already the very old technique we have seen in physics or somewhere. In the process of communication, here it will be one sender will be there, and who is sending the message, and the message will be there. What is converted by the sender or conveyed by the sender, and encoding the words, symbols, and the gestures by which the message is terminated will encode this, and then channel, using what channel the message is passing from one place to other place. For example, a cell phone signal, we will given a voice note, then it will be converted into binary digits, zeros and ones. Then it will goes to the nearest cell tower. From there, it will reaches to the before sending it again. It will encode it to the voice message, and it will be send it to the receiver. Here also same formula. Here the sender will be there. There will be a message which is conveyed by the sender. Then we will encode it. Then through channel, which means signal, we will send the message. Then receiver, who receives the message, whoever it is who will receive the message, he may listen or he may read or he may observe the message, and decoding, and the process of understanding or interpreting by the receiver. Then feedback, he will say that he'll give a feedback. For example, if you are sending a message in WhatsApp, initially if there is no network, it will be come with, it will given one tick. Then if the person, if the receiver, if he is in online, he is connected with the internet, it will get two ticks. Once he received it, he read the message, then it will become into blue. Then he will give a reply, whether he has communicated or he he noticed your message. Simple. This is a process of communication. There will be a chance of asking a question in this process or importance of communication. Okay. And here the feedback will be a means, a reply, a response, or acknowledgement of receiver that has understood the message. That's why we used to take, after completion of training, we ask the questions so that the trainer can understand They depend on the feedback which we got from the listeners, how much they have understood the session. This is a small process of communication, sender to the message, and it will be encoding, and it will send through channel and receiver and decoding it. Then he will send a feedback. Okay, आपका message मिल गया है. And nature of communication. We'll see what is the nature of communication. It is a continuous process. It's stoppage means stoppage of human activity, which means it is a continuous process. It is not continual process. It is a continuous process. If it stops means the human activity will stops. And it is a two-way process between sender and receiver. It creates a mutual understanding and a human relation. And it is perceived function and required in all managerial functions. What will happen? It is a two-way communication, and it creates a mutual understanding between human relation, and it's perceives the function required in all managerial levels, which means the communication is required in all managerial levels. Now we'll see types of channel or media for communication. There are different channels. The communication will be through channel or media. In the channel, there will be a formal and informal. In the formal, downward, upward, horizontal, or diagonal communication. In the sense, downward in the sense from manager to the bottom level people. From upward in the sense from down, bottom to the up, or horizontal. Horizontal in the sense same level communication, and diagonal and cross departmental communication. Here maybe informal will be graphene in the all directions. And in media, what will be the media? Oral, written, or electronic, or a gesture. This is the media for communication. And there are different tools for the communication. There are by through which the information is communicated. One is oral, maybe a personal contact, talk, or phone, meeting, audio, or video. It is now also called as verbal communication. In written communication, we may say that notices, circular, memos, reports, or notices, notebooks. In visual, it may be a film, or it may be a poster, or it may be a picture. And informal, casual, or incidental talk or meeting. These are the different tools of communication: oral, written, visual, and informal. Now we'll see some of the barriers. Many cases we may get this question. Write the barriers of communication. If I ask any question in the communication, they may ask for the definition and the communication process, and also they may ask the barriers of communication. Barrier in the sense obstructions. What is the problems in communication? Despite of growth in communication system, the modern electronic media, it may fail due to following barriers. One is incomplete or ambiguous or badly expressed message, which means incomplete message or badly expressed message. An absence of clarity of thought, which means it doesn't know what is going to and what is going to tell or what is speaking. And absence of brevity and extensiveness or unwanted length, words or repetitions. Unwanted length, which is not required, giving unnecessary examples or repetitions. He is repeating whatever is telling. Timeline, the message does not reach in time. For example, you have sent a message, he is not having network, it is an urgent. He is supposed to seen today, but due to network problem, he is seen after 2 days. Already